When it comes to the Division 2, the real game changers are the exotic weapons. These aren't just your average loot drops. Each one comes with unique perks and abilities that can completely transform the way you play. Today, we're breaking down the top exotic weapons in the game, looking at what makes them so special and how you can maximize their potential in combat. Now, if you've played the Division 2 for a while, you already know that exotics don't just fall into your lap. They take grinding, patience, and sometimes a little luck. But once you get your hands on the right one, it can elevate your entire build. Some of these weapons excel at raw damage output, while others bring utility and buffs that can turn the tide of a fight. Whether you're looking for something to melt enemies in PvE or dominate in PvP, there's an exotic out there that fits your playstyle. We'll go over each of these weapons in detail, covering their unique talents, how they perform in different situations, and where you can find them. If you're missing any from your collection, this might just be your guide to tracking them down. So stick around, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly which exotics are worth hunting for and how to use them to their fullest potential. Eagle Bearer, the king of assault rifles. This is hands down the best assault rifle in the game, and it's not just because of its raw power. The Eagle Bearer comes with insane damage output, great stability, and a talent that rewards aggressive gameplay. Its Eagle Strike talent boosts weapon damage and accuracy with every headshot, and if you manage to string together multiple kills, you get a massive survivability buff. That combination makes it a top-tier weapon for PvE and a menace in PvP. The only catch? It's not easy to get. The Eagle Bearer is an exclusive drop from the Operation Dark Hours raid, meaning you'll need a solid team to grind through one of the toughest challenges in the game. However, there's also a very small chance of it dropping in the Dark Zone, so it's a good idea to clear Dark Zone landmarks when assault rifles are the targeted loot. If you're up for the challenge, this AR is well worth the effort. Pestilence, the best exotic LMG for crowd control. Pestilence is the definition of a plague spreader in the Division 2. Its Plague of the Outcasts talent inflicts a stacking damage over time debuff on enemies. If they die while infected, the plague spreads to anyone nearby. It's incredibly strong for controlling groups of enemies in PvE and is an absolute nightmare for opponents in the Dark Zone. Unlike other exotics that require raids, Pestilence is actually one of the easiest to farm. You can find it as a drop from named enemies in the Dark Zone, which means grinding there will eventually reward you with this nasty LMG. Scorpio, the shotgun that stuns and kills. If you want a shotgun that does more than just blast enemies apart, the Scorpio is for you. Its talent applies a stacking debuff that cycles through status effects, shock, bleed, and even paralysis. By the time an enemy reaches full stacks, they're completely immobilized, making it one of the most fun and effective weapons to use against tough enemies. Scorpio drops from targeted loot in the open world, and you can also get it from exotic caches, making it much easier to obtain compared to raid exclusives. This shotgun is a staple for PvE and even PvP when used correctly. The Bighorn, the versatile hybrid. The Bighorn is a unique exotic rifle that bridges the gap between an assault rifle and a marksman rifle. It has a high rate of fire in its standard mode, but when you aim down sights, it transforms into a powerful single-shot marksman rifle, allowing you to take precise, long-range shots. To get the Bighorn, you'll need to complete legendary strongholds, as it only drops from the final bosses in those missions. However, much like the Eagle Bearer, the Bighorn also has a small chance of dropping in the Dark Zone. If you're farming for this rifle, clear Dark Zone landmarks when assault rifles are the targeted loot for an additional shot at obtaining it. St. Elmo's Engine, the exotic that gets you out of bad situations. St. Elmo's Engine is an easy weapon to use, but don't mistake that for weakness. This exotic assault rifle is a lifesaver thanks to its shock ability, which can get you out of bad situations when you're overwhelmed. The weapon itself is well-rounded, dealing solid damage with excellent magazine size, stability, and accuracy. It's also laser-focused, making it easy to land precision shots consistently. To get St. Elmo's engine in The Division 2, you need to focus on targeted loot for assault rifles in the game's various activities, including the open world, countdown, and the summit. Since St. Elmo's engine is an exotic assault rifle, it primarily drops through this method. Essentially, the more assault rifle-focused activities you complete, the higher your chance of acquiring it. Capacitor, the perfect exotic for skill builds. If you're running a skill build, Capacitor is an essential weapon. Every shot you land builds up a stacking buff that increases your skill damage, allowing for insane DPS. This rifle isn't just for show, it actively enhances your entire build's effectiveness. To get the Capacitor Exotic Assault Rifle in The Division 2, you need to complete 5 challenges within a single ascent in the Summit game mode. This means you must progress through the Summit floors while actively completing specific challenges like headshot kills, skill kills, or time-based objectives. Once you reach the 5th challenge completion, you'll unlock the Capacitor. Oroboros, the game-changing SMG. Oroboros, built for aggressive, fast-paced combat. The weapon comes with a 50-round magazine and a base RPM of 1500, meaning it empties fast. But thanks to its 25% reload speed bonus, you'll be able to reload and get back into the fight almost instantly. What really makes Oroboros unique is its status effect mechanic. Any status effect applied to you during combat is converted into 25 rounds of special ammo that inflict the same status effect on any enemy you hit after reloading. This makes it an incredibly versatile weapon, capable of turning enemy debuffs into your own source of crowd control and damage. To get the Oroboros Exotic SMG in The Division 2, you need to complete the Paradise Lost Incursion, where it can drop from bosses with a 1% chance, or from the final chest with a 10% chance. Essentially, the only way to acquire the Oroboros is by playing through this specific incursion repeatedly until it drops for you. Iron Lung, the fire-spitting LMG, is an exotic light machine gun built for those who love to hold the trigger and watch enemies melt under sustained fire. What makes this LMG truly deadly is its unique talent. When the weapon heats up enough from continuous firing, it begins to shoot incendiary rounds that ignite enemies on impact. Essentially, the more you shoot, the higher the chance of setting enemies on fire with the last few bullets in the magazine, making it a devastating tool for crowd control and area denial. This LMG also boasts solid stability and accuracy, ensuring that even as you unload magazine after magazine, your shots remain on target. It's perfect for builds focused on damage over time and suppression, especially when paired with talents that benefit from sustained fire. To get the Iron Lung in The Division 2, you need to farm targeted loot for LMGs in activities like Countdown, the Summit, or open world events. Since it's part of the general exotic loot pool, it can also drop from exotic caches, making them another reliable way to acquire this fiery beast. These exotic weapons are the best in The Division 2, each bringing a unique playstyle and powerful talents to the battlefield. Whether you're looking for an assault rifle that rewards aggression, a shotgun that stuns enemies, or an SMG that keeps you alive while shredding enemies, these exotics are worth the grind. If this guide helped you out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for ManaWar Gaming. Let us know in the comments which exotics you're hunting for, or which one is your all-time favorite. Until next time, we'll catch you in the next one.